There are freaks in every community. We're entering our flop era.
Shit's bleak out here. All right.
18 plus, who wants to get milked?
It's kind of quality we have here. Debate this.
I need the edge. I need what the raw, unfiltered internet can bring you.
This is probably only going to be the third or fourth dumbest thing I've said today.
That's for nobody.
Just out there raw dogging the internet.
Way more hog than I expected.
It's about as much hog as I anticipated.
This is going to be one of those episodes, isn't it?
Here comes the cow. Here comes the cow.
All right, let's get this over with so we can play Magic.
Hello, and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. In this show, we take time out of our busy adult lives to talk about comic books, video games, and how if you're listening to this on the day of release and live in the United States, it's likely an election day for you. Did you vote yet? Are you able to vote yet? You should go vote. Please go vote. Go vote. It's like, these are like city, county, statewide elections. Go vote.
Another one?
We might not get to for a while.
Yeah, Kyle, I know we did just do this 6 or 12 months ago, depending. And it
6 or 12 again. Or 24 or...
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, can't laugh at Andrew's joke. Moving on. So, as we stand clear of the doorway of the spectacular...
Spectacular. I don't know.
I gotta start over.
You might get canceled.
Start over. Yikes. We're gonna take a clean cut on that one.
It's staying in.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The people
as we
will know
stand clear of the doorways on the Spectacular Express as it closes, we look back fondly on another spooky October where we threw a spooky party, we put AI in a game that no one wanted, and let's see here real quick, check my notes. We talked about how a bunch of nerds killed their god in Ultima Online. So really a spectacular, spooktacular Express.
We had a real spunk-tubular time.
I'm not even sad. I get it.
No Halloween is complete without some amount of deicide, so it's great.
Yeah,
That's true.
Now, with Halloween behind us, we now rapidly approach the, quote, circle back next year season. But before that, and everyone on the call is nodding vigorously, and I love that. Yeah. Before that, however, many folks across the United States are readying themselves for the chill of winter, or at least the cold mud season that Ohio has been giving us for the past couple years. Fortunately, for those of us who are a fan of being inside and making old things new again, we've been given new versions of simpler games from long ago. It's just been a thing we've had a lot lately. So like, think Balatro hit the market like a freaking atom bomb, and just from its shadow has emerged games like Passant, which is a chess roguelite, Balardo, which is a pool roguelite.
It's not Billardo?
No, it's not. It's Ballardo. I know. That sucks.
Weird.
I love that misses like the naming convention of Balatro on like two different angles.
Yeah, it
where
was on a
Passant
listicle.
is like actually a good one.
Yeah.
Ballardo is like double thumbs down.
Yeah, just double checking. Yeah, Ballardo. I read it on a listicle, just independently checked my sources. Anyway, moving on. And the newcomer, Ball X Pit, which is a brick breaker roguelite, which I know 2 out of the 4 of us are suddenly very into.
Man, what a great game.
It's like Hunter x Hunter. It's just Ball Pit.
Ball X
Spy.
Pit, like Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, like Spy X Family. Yeah.
I can't do that.
No,
I can't.
I won't do that.
I can't omit that X.
It's pretty easy. You just don't say it.
I wish I could agree with you.
I omit that X every time I talk about Twitter.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So seeing the writing on the wall and knowing that we here at DT HQ are good at 2 things, making bad puns and jumping onto a trend, we got to get in on this one. So today I've called the sharpest minds in the biz, Kyle Reese's Peanut Butter Cups Harper, Andrew Peanut M&M's Henderson, and Matt M&M's Cole, who are going to help me turn an existing card or board game into a roguelite hit.
This is just good Halloween candy.
Yeah, so this shit sucks. This is from another listicle, because what is life except for curated lists put together by AI?
Sure.
These are the top 3 ordered candies through like food ordering apps in the month of October. So kind of the thought is that these are the top pass out candy Halloween candies, which I don't like this list.
If you're ordering your candy to pass out on Halloween through a food order app. Really hurting your economies of scale.
You might need to go. You might need to go touch grass, my guy.
Yeah. And fourth was Kit Kat, which feels like it brings a little bit of balance to this like other three, but you get it.
Okay.
Peanut M&Ms, huh? Top two. Didn't like that. Anyway, I was mad about this, and so I needed you to be mad about that. We're here. Moving on.
I'm mad here with you, Todd.
Desperately trying to get other people on his candy
get mad
level.
about it. Guys, aren't you so mad that Kit Kat didn't break top three? Anyway, moving on. Here's the question. Here's what we're doing. What existing card or board game are you turning into a roguelite, and what are we going to call it? We'll go ahead and start with Kyle.
Yeah, Todd. So when I was looking for a game to ballot, as is the verbified,
Obviously the prefix, yes.
the verbified version of Balatro, I wanted more than what Balatro did, and do more than just
Balardo.
Sorry, Balardo.
It's worse.
More than just game plus roguelike. I wanted to use the imagery and themes built into the game and build off of that. So part of the charm and reason that Balatro became the indie hit that it did is that a deck of cards has this esoteric history that we're all like vaguely familiar of parts of, and poker is just so ingrained into our culture that the initial play loop was very easy to explain to players, and you could quickly move ahead to explaining where the rogue of it all came in. So I went with a game that's even more ancient and mysterious than poker, backgammon.
He's right. The idea that poker is ancient and mysterious is really funny.
Well, and just I know you're not done here, Kyle, but if I saw like a game of backgammon being played, I'm confused. I'm mystified at what's actually going on.
Yeah,
no one actually knows how to play it.
Yeah.
This spring 2026, players will be able to play their favorite game of checkers and dice with a new twist in gammon.
Sure.
It's so simple that it'll work. It's so simple that it'll work.
It'll work.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so
Is it real simple?
yeah, I mean, gammon is, I get that. I don't have any problem with that. I kind of want to go back and admit in this moment that I don't know why Balatro is called Balatro.
I looked it up,
it's
Matt.
Latin for joker.
It's Latin for jester.
Huh.
Just
Okay. All right, I'm back on board. So then why... Okay, so I get that. And then I also get gammon. I would like to circle back on Balardo. Why?
No, it's just bad.
They saw Balatro and were like, how can we do something from our game, Alatro, and got there.
Panicked with
Balatro.
ball and not Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that Kyle has given us both to Balat and also how do we altro. I like that you
Baby, where do you want me to
broke it down into 2
outro?
words. They will blot out the sun.
All right, Kyle, I'm excited to learn more about backgammon, but done through gammon. I look forward to actually learning something today.
I look forward to climbing Gammon's tower.
There it is. Calamity Gammon.
Why don't you go ahead, Andrew?
Calamity Gammon.
So picture this, Todd, if you will. It's 7:05 a.m. and your bus has just dropped you off at your high school in Middle America, TM.
Were you guys going to school at 7:05?
Well, that's sometimes when the bus would drop
Todd,
off.
I think my school day started at 7:50, and I would get to school at between 6:30 and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is legit.
My first class started at like 7.
We started at 8:15, and I was there early because I was cool and in Quiz Bowl.
Picture
but-
this. It's
Sorry,
It's
keep going,
7:45 a.m. and you're about to go into Quiz Bowl.
Hell yeah, I am.
It's still lightly snowing outside, but not enough that the roads are super bad. So you walk into the cafeteria, you undo your heavy, still a little wet coat, and you find your go-to lunch table, cafeteria table. And the rest of the gang is already sitting there. Maybe, one of the people are finishing up a school lunch or whatever. You pull out a granola bar because you slept in a little bit, decided to skip breakfast. And unfortunately, the homeroom teacher is out this week, so there's a sub, meaning there's no homework to be caught up on and furiously scrabble before you guys get to class. So you eye the other 3 kids at the table, and without a single word, you all swap seats and reconfigure into a tightly packed 2x2 square. You yourself pull out the weathered deck of bicycle playing cards from your backpack, and you instinctively remove all the 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, and 8s, as well as the jokers from the deck.
Wait, a feeling of dread is washed over me.
This is either a fun nostalgic memory or a horror story based on your personality. We ended with you guys last time, so it's my turn. Trump is diamonds. That's right, boys. It's time for Euchre, everyone's favorite casual card game that is also scientifically designed to strain even the strongest of relationships. And we're going to give the casserole of card games its own roguelike treatment. Coming to a Steam Next Fest near you, introducing Briscola, the Euchre roguelite that will make you more frustrated with random people on the internet, even more than you are now.
Briscola. Is that a cookie?
Do you yodel after that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Italian for actually
Suffering.
It's
For
just
euchre.
it's just the Italian name for euchre. Yeah,
Oh.
it's the Italian version of euchre.
Now, real quick, there was the point that we made about this is either bringing you joy or existential dread. I would love the show of hands of who falls into which category.
I have exactly one experience with euchre. My aunts taught me to play, and after an hour, and I said, okay, I think I get it. They said, well, this isn't real euchre, and I've never gone back.
I don't know how you could have grown up in the Ohio Valley and only have one experience with the
That
game
kind of broke
euchre.
my brain.
It's because all of my family lived states away. I didn't have the culture.
I do want it to be said on this podcast, if you would have put a gun to my head 5 minutes ago and asked me, is euchre Matt Cole's favorite card game? I would have said yes. Don't worry about emptying the chamber.
I also would have guessed, Matt, you give off a I was forced to play euchre and I understand it vibe, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I was forced to play euchre once. Really, I'm a hearts guy. I like hearts.
Hearts. Okay,
Matt, I have a very important question that'll, I think, help me. Were you a Boy Scout?
I was a Cub Scout until they made me start going more than like once a month.
Okay,
so not for very long.
That sounds right.
That explains why. That explains it. Then
Yeah,
that
there you
makes
go.
total sense.
Kyle has activated my trap card. I fall in the existential dread side because I have had 2 euchre experiences. One was when I was still in Boy Scouts, and then I quit Boy Scouts because all the Boy Scouts in my town were weird and like to set things on fire, but not in like a fun, whimsical way, in a way that like you should not be left alone.
Todd, that wasn't just the Boy Scouts in your town.
I know.
I'd argue that's still fun and whimsical, but all right.
And then the second was more akin to what Matt said. My uncle or my granduncle taught me and my sister one time. And after 2 practice hands, like, okay, now we're really playing. And then he was really mean. And I never went back to playing again.
I am also on the existential dread side because the teen years of my life, I think, I just could not, no one could break out a deck of playing cards and not start playing euchre. Even if we were playing something else, at some point, then enough people would leave that first game that we would be left with 4, and someone who loves the game would inevitably say, you guys want to play euchre? And I would have to be reminded of the rules again. Still play a hand wrong and get yelled at.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then wish we were still playing whatever game we had started playing in the first place.
I will let you guys guess which side of the spectrum I land on in my answer.
You look for a euchre table to play at every Friday night.
I go to Friday night euchre.
Yeah.
All right. Andrew has given us Ristola?
Briscola.
Yeah. Rishtola's the commander.
That's it.
From
Well, I was
Final
going to say
Fantasy 14,
Biscotti,
yeah.
and that's not it.
That's pretty good too.
I do just briefly like how you said it's going to infuriate you with strangers on the internet, because playing euchre with other people online might be the worst thing I've ever heard. Excited to hear more about that. We'll pass the ball to Matt.
Yeah. So I want to go back briefly to what Kyle said when he said he needed a game that was as old and mysterious as poker. And
Which let me clarify here. Poker is from like the 1800s.
It's neither old nor mysterious.
Well, I did the Google. Backgammon goes all the way back to 17th century England, which is pretty impressive and way farther back than I expected backgammon to go. But that doesn't mean shit where I come from, because I'm talking about Mancala from the 3rd century. The 3rd century.
Wait, where you come from? Are you saying you and Mancala come from the same place, or just?
Yeah, Matt is a time traveler. He's a monk from 400 BC.
Matt is a time lord.
Yeah, they call me Matt Kala. Anyway, so
Wow.
Mancala, a game that I think most people are aware of. It's, like 2 lines of
Mancala.
cups with some stuff in it, and you take turns moving it. Here's the thing. That game goes, like I said, all the way back, confirmed to the 3rd century, and similar gaming devices have been found in ancient Egypt, leading historians to believe that it may go back even further. The reason that this game is so old and so universally beloved across multitudes of cultures is that it is, at its core, a farming sim. Now, what you're saying is, what do you mean? Mancala's not a farming sim. Actually, it is. It is a game about reaping and sowing crops. Mancala is it's based on an Arabic word to move, which is used often in farming when talking about sowing and moving seeds. In the original ideations of the game, they didn't have glass marbles to play with. They played with actual seeds or grains. That's where the game comes from. When you make your move, you are pulling out seeds and then planting them in the ground. You are sowing your fields. Now, that is ancient, but modern and relevant because everybody's played Stardew Valley. The people love farming. So we're going to take this ancient, perhaps the world's first farming sim, and we are going to combine it with amazing roguelite elements and flashing lights and beautiful animations in a new version of Mancala for 2025. And it's called So Long, SOW long. So Long.
Whoa.
Mancala roguelite.
It's pretty good.
It's really good.
I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy about it. I love Mancala. It doesn't have any trauma. It's easy to learn. Nobody's going to yell at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I played a lot of
tagline, Mancala. No one will yell at you.
I played a lot of Mancala growing up with my grandparents, and I was never once yelled at.
Exactly.
So,
same.
They don't call it Maniella. It's Mancala.
I forgot my question.
That's awesome. I'm so glad we're doing what we're doing. We're gonna move on though. So we got to talk about gameplay. So let's talk about your gameplay loop. What are you actually doing in your game? Because obviously you're not just playing, backgammon and whatever euchre thing.
Just euchre. Just euchre.
Yep, euchre. Yep.
Just euchre.
And Mancala, you're not playing those games just as is. So talk to me about what you're actually doing in your game. We'll go ahead and go to Kyle.
Yeah, Todd. So each run, players will be matched online with another gammon player in a similar progression point in their game, and will play a maximum of 7 rounds of backgammon. Each player will be given their first power-up, either drafts, power-ups to your pieces, pips that are power-ups to your dice, or spaces that affect the board. Each player rolls to see who goes first, makes their wager, and the game starts. Players roll dice and move their men around the board in a U shape, and as they reach the end of the U, they bear off their men, removing them from play. The first player to bear off all their pieces wins. That's the basic rules of backgammon. Where the gammon of it all comes into play are the power-ups. So we talked about the 3 different kinds of power-ups. Pips will change your pieces. One of the fun things you can do in backgammon is trap another player's piece with yours. The backgammon board is 24 triangles around a board, and you can stack pieces up on those triangles, you can't move one piece that has another piece on top of it, so you can trap your players. Maybe you get a draft that lets your piece move from behind another piece blocking it. Maybe you get one that lets it move double the amount of spaces per roll. Maybe you get one that when it blocks in another player's piece, it sends that piece back to the start. Things like that. Pips affect your die rolls. These are easy, like you can add numbers to your dice, you can subtract numbers from your opponent's dice, or you know, multipliers, things like that. And then spaces, which change the board. This is where the real fun comes in. You can change spaces to be traps that your opponents can't roll out of unless they roll a specific number. You can change spaces to be a wall that they can't cross until they stack up enough of their pieces behind the piece, etc., etc. Use your imagination. There will be endless possibilities.
I'm having trouble making a distinguishing between what is actually backgammon and what is Kyle's portion of this.
Well,
because I don't know how backgammon works.
Yeah, I did open up a picture of it.
Oh, okay.
I did have to open up a picture of a backgammon board to try and visualize as Kyle was talking, and I get it.
Then, as each game ends, you'll be placed in a little shop to buy other power-ups, buy pieces out of the game. So, you know, the goal is to remove your pieces from the board. So if you start with fewer pieces, you have an easier time removing them from the board. Things like that will happen between games. You'll adjust your wagers to win more in-game currency and then start again.
I know, so outside of the bit, I know this is what we're doing. I think what we're about to find out is that all these games would be so much better if they had power-ups in them, and I'm here for that.
Yeah.
I don't know for certain that Euchre would be better with power-ups. I do know that backgammon and Mancala would be better with power-ups.
I think both of those statements are true.
I'm excited. I'm so optimistic that Andrew's going to make me love Euchre.
I might.
But also, I fear that he's going to rug pull us at the last minute. And so I'm just going to say thank you, Kyle, and pass the ball over to Andrew.
Trying to think of the last time Andrew hasn't rug pulled us.
God, it's so many times.
I might.
I think we're up to 7 days since last rug pull, and I really don't want to have to flip the timer back over.
So because this is a roguelite, I wasn't able to stick to the traditional 2v2 nature of Euchre because you have to have some way to like escalate, right? But I really thought it was important to retain some of the multiplayer aspects, which would make this a fairly unique roguelite, because usually roguelites are single-player experiences. Now, on your first time firing up Briscola, you're going to get a little bit of light story narrative, but that's just really to set the scene. So you're greeted by the principal of Briscoe Boarding School, a hidden school for mages, wizards, and warlocks. They strive to teach young up-and-coming adepts to wield and control magic. So in this world, he or she explains, people with magical aptitude are able to cast spells through triggering magical runes filled with potential magical energy. The way it works, if two runes are laid on top of each other, the more powerful rune will absorb the kinetic energy of the weaker rune, and it will explode into a burst of elemental magic, just like a chemical reaction. This is just a hand wave way to explain the actual gameplay, which is to play a hand of 5 runes, all represented by 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace, distributed among 4 colors. We've got red, blue, yellow, green, representing, of course, fire, ice, lightning, and earth magic, respectively.
Of course.
That's how we get a deck of cards. Now, in your tutorial against your new schoolmaster, they explain that your goal is to win magic clashes by playing runes that are more powerful than your opponents. But you have a limited hand because laying down the most powerful runes takes a toll on a mage. So you need to be strategic when to use your most potent runes. Winning a clash will cause your spell to go off and deal damage to your opponent, and then losing a clash means the reverse. Their spell will go off and will deal damage to you. So following the tutorial, we learn how the game works. The schoolmaster then says Briscoe uses the buddy system at all times, because of course it does. And because any mage traveling by themselves is just too dangerous. So now, moving forward, you're going to work alongside your fellow mage scholars or students to work your way up the ranks through final graduation. And in order to graduate, you've got to take on loads of fearsome magical beasts that inhabit this world through your shared strategies and magical prowess. So actual gameplay is this. Each level of the game will start you queuing in and getting matched with another random player. They will be your teammate for this run. Each round, both players will draw a hand of 5 runes. And at the beginning of the round, it's going to be determined which element is surging at that time. An elemental surge, of course, means that that particular element will dominate the rest of the round and will always beat another rune of a different element, regardless of its value, because we're also getting rid of the word trump.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So each clash that you and your partner win is a spell that's cast and damage done to the boss. Pretty simple. Do enough damage to the boss to kill it before it kills you. And that's it.
Andrew,
Yeah.
how is your matchmaking system going to guarantee that no matter what, every player hates the person they're partnered with?
Yeah, incredible question, Kyle. Well, we've
To
brought
get
on the
the
principal.
true euchre experience.
Yes, we've brought on the principal designer of Magic Arena to really focus on everybody is just a little better than you, and you are just a little worse than everybody that you play against.
Good.
We found that was really important.
Say, but that, and half the times you might just get someone who goes AFK. They might,
Or,
the way to actually express real frustration of a partner card game in real life is just your other person quits halfway through.
Yeah, if those of you who have self-control and have like a healthy mental balance that don't play Magic Arena, there's a thing called roping, which happens if your opponent just like goes AFK. There's this like long string that like determines the rest of their turn, and if the rope ends, if it goes down to 0, that's like they have to instantly pass. But there's a thing called roping where like people will just like rage quit and basically make you waste 3 minutes of your time because they didn't like a thing that you did. So
It's so cool.
yeah, people online are awesome.
They're great. It's
The internet
best.
is a great place to play games.
Holistic, wholesome.
This also has big I made a proprietary version of a game that you can just play with a deck of cards vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely fits into that genre of game.
Yeah, I thought so.
So your partner is the person you are teamed up with.
That's correct.
Like, cool.
So-
But then you're playing against the computer.
You're playing against the computer.
It's like PvE almost.
PvE, co-op PvE.
euchre.
Well,
Yeah.
no game has been able to do that. So that's remarkable that you have.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm into this. I said it kind of jokingly after Kyle's bit that I think we're just going to improve all 3 of these games, and I'm standing by that so far.
Objectively so.
Matt, I think you're going to sow and then reap. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, Todd. So let me just set the scene for you. You have just become the proprietor of Long Farm, the longest farm there's ever been.
Go on.
Except
Oh no.
there's a rival farm. That's Wide Farm, the widest farm there's ever been. Now, you, the proprietor of Long Farm, your goal, of course, is to yield more from your Long Farm than they can at their Wide Farm. And to do that, you're going to play the 3rd century game, Mancala. But between rounds of Mancala, you're going to have a nice little farming sim because this is a farming simulator game. So what you will do is cultivate crops, because depending on what crops you cultivate will determine the types of seeds that you have for your next round of Mancala. Because the seeds that you put into your Mancala cups are your power-ups. Different seeds do different things. Maybe you have a seed that bursts and flames out other seeds if it's planted on the Wide Farm side. Maybe you have a seed that's like a big old thicket that if it plants on your side, the opponent can't drop their seeds into your plot. And this isn't going to be like normal Mancala where there is a predetermined number of seeds on both sides. It's going to be like a farming day cycle. So you start the game and it's timed as the wide farmers also inject more and more seeds into the game in sort of like a wave function. Now, also in that farming phase, you are, of course, going to form relationships with the other workers of Long Farm to help you on your farming days. Perhaps you will hire a farmhand to stand beside your Mancala board and rake out every 5th seed that your opponent drops in. Perhaps you will hire a friendly picker who will walk through and pick up new seeds to drop into your Mancala board. And each phase, as you finish sowing, that's the game, the Mancala phase, you'll go back to the reaping phase where you get to change your relationships with the people at your farm, as well as cultivate and manufacture new types of seeds and power-ups that will help you play Mancala better. Mancala is a farming sim. That's what I learned doing this episode. And we're just going to ramp that all the way up to 11. And we're going to put a wave-based, timed roguelite section of Mancala in the middle of it.
Wave
Guys, we made good games.
Matt
roguelike
somehow found a way to add a day-night cycle to Mancala.
Long farm and wide farm about killed me.
Yeah, that was same.
It's giving big star-bellied sneeches.
Yeah,
energy.
man.
Ooh,
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm very here for it.
Well, they don't like us because they're wider than us. But we're longer than them.
Awesome. So the key difference between a roguelite and a roguelike, from what the internet told me, because I've been using those interchangeably for years, is that roguelites let you continue your progression run after the run to help move the needle. Like you keep things run after run to help your next run start up a little better, go a little farther, have some other advantage, where roguelikes just aren't fun.
A roguelite is Hades, a roguelike is Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, and Binding of Isaac was fun. So, you know what? I still stand by what I said for this bit. Anyway,
Okay.
Tell me about your gameplay with the roguelite features. Like, what sticks out in your game? What makes it special? How does it elevate time after time? Let's hear it, Kyle.
Yeah, Todd. So you probably can guess that the drafts, pips, and spaces that you buy are kept throughout each run. That means, you can invest in your strategy, the strategy you want to build towards for the entire run you're working on for a game and not have to start from scratch each new round. You'll be able to win more power-ups after each game. And then, like I said, there will be a shop round between each game where you can buy these using the money you just hopefully won in the previous game. Where this gets interesting, Todd, is part of the game I haven't brought up yet, the doubling cube.
Oh, doubling
The
cube.
doubling
Cool.
cube. Backgammon.
Kyle.
This is a real part of backgammon. It's a piece added to speed up the game as you play throughout the night. The doubling cube increases by twice its amount each new game, and that increases the wager on the game. So the doubling cube has 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. By the last round of the game, you will be playing at a times 64 multiplier. And that doesn't just affect the amount of in-game currency you're wagering on the game. It also adds a times 64 multiplier to all of your drafts, pips, spaces, and temporary power-ups that you play
This
in the
one's
game.
for the number pervert.
It's another number pervert game like Balatro as well. So by game 7, you are doing things like rolling dice for thousands of movement spaces and figuring out what that means on a normal backgammon board. You are trapping your opponent's pieces unless they can roll some integer that is higher than what you locked them for. Fun things like that, Todd.
You, Kyle, could have told me that the doubling cube is an original Kyle Harper thought, completely made up and new to backgammon, and no one could fact check you here. As soon as you said doubling cube, I'm like, this is some Cones of Dunshire shit. Like, this is nothing.
I did spend a good 20 minutes trying to think of a way to call this something reminiscent of Cones of Dunshire because of the shape of the triangles on the board.
Well, the secret's the cones.
The secret is the cones.
Kyle, honest question. Do you think you could be able to play a game of backgammon after this episode?
I actually think I could get me and another person playing a game of backgammon. We might miss a couple like key details, but
there's a couple triggers.
But I think we could successfully play something that mostly resembles backgammon.
Yeah. You play without the expansion.
Yeah.
Vanilla backgammon. Yeah. I think the thing that I would look most forward to is each round chanting doubling cube. Doubling cube. As I assume it's brought in by a group of men carrying a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a big foam cube that somebody rolls.
It's like the Ark of the Covenant. It's like in a big like ornate thing you have to like carry on two.
If you look at it, your face melts.
If you look at it in the eyes, you melt.
Yeah. But listen, I love the cube. I've always loved the cube. That's really, really good. Andrew, what are you doing with your euchre that's a name I cannot remember. Briscola. Damn it, Biscotti.
It's you have to put your hands up in that little Briscola.
Oh, I can't do that. I don't have Italian heritage.
Same. So just like how that first game of Balatro, you're just playing normal ass poker. That's what Briscola is like, right? The first round is just normal ass euchre, and just like Balatro, that's the hardest round.
Yeah, man.
After that first round, you'll start to earn gold. You'll get a baseline gold from defeating the monster, and then extra gold for doing maybe like a substantial damage over the threshold, or finishing with like a super low pool of health. Individual players can win extra gold for contributing more than their partner, stuff like that. And then in between rounds, you take that gold to the school store to improve your magic runes and their effectiveness. But here's the twist. You and your partner are only able to improve 1/2 of your run each time. One person will purchase things that improve the output of their runes, enchantments, and that basically improves your damage output. The other person, though, is actually going to buy new runes themselves that will go into your shared deck. Your deck of runes will improve over time. It's kind of, this is your deck builder, basically. And you're not going to know what the other one picked until they start to play those runes in the game.
There it is. That's
diabolical.
Yep.
Check your feet. The rug has been pulled out in front of you, under them. So, for example, one partner could pick the enchantment that makes lightning runes win all clashes. But the other partner has to kind of figure that out and deduce that from winning future clashes where like, oh, I thought fire was the surge, but lightning rune won that clash. That's weird. Similarly, the other partner could swap in a king rune that say does triple damage when resolving a clash. But the first partner needs to make sure that they're using that particular king to win that clash and not just throwing that away. Otherwise, they risk self-destructing the run. So the partner dynamic, what I'm saying, this requires both players to, just like in a regular game of euchre, pay real attention to which runes are being played and trying to read context clues, just how I am never able to do in the real euchre. to further restrict this player and really like emphasize this idea of like reading the room, there's not going to be any in-game voice chat or communications of any kind because there's no table talk in euchre.
That's a nightmare.
Also, you're going to be randomly matched to a partner, so you can't queue in with somebody and be on a Discord call.
God.
Am I just putting the pieces together? Is euchre a secret autism check? And the reason we all hate
secret,
it,
Kyle,
is we have a little bit of it. We all fall somewhere on the spectrum.
We're all on the side of the not euchre side of the spectrum. Yeah, euchre is absolutely a secret autism detector because you have to be able to remember what everybody played. The reason why the four of us always get yelled at because I don't have a good. As I've played a lot of euchre, and I've been yelled at in a lot of euchre games.
Yeah, it's that Venn diagram's a circle.
Almost exclusively the experience of playing euchre. And what I found is what I'm not able to do is like, so my, they don't listen to this podcast, so it doesn't matter. My father-in-law is able to, will play a game of euchre and will finish the game by the second hand.
Sure.
Like, he will be like, oh, well, you're just going to play this because you have this,
man.
and then you lay that. And I'm like, here are all my cards.
Yep, I thank you for this. You're really playing
Great.
solitaire with me.
What a great fun game.
Fun
game we've played together.
We've all enjoyed this game. And that's really what I want to cultivate here. Now, granted, if both partners are able to read the signs and work together, you can build a customized deck of runes and really maximize your output and break the game.
I do love that you said it's random matchmaking just so that can't happen.
I was going to ask Andrew, is there any way to play this with your friends, even in like an unsanctioned, like just a friendly game?
I mean, look, Kyle, there's ways to exploit everything.
Okay.
You can exploit anything you want, but like letter of the law, spirit of the law.
So so just like Magic Arena, then you can't play with anyone you actually want to play with. You can only play with the worst people on the internet.
Have we talked about how I fell off the wagon again?
That's the post show. The thing that I love most about this, so back to Kyle's question of like, how can you play with people you know? I think there should be a special lobby that you have to click an agreement to get into. That it's like doing PvP in World of Warcraft. Like you're entering the PvP area.
Yeah.
Like the real degens live here.
Yeah.
And if you come here, just know you're going to play against people that are matched up. Like there is a good chance it's not going to be fun. It'll be like playing euchre with Andrew's stepdad.
Yeah.
You're going to get yelled at. You're going to lose quickly.
It's like when Matt queues in for Overwatch by himself.
I was going to say, like, playing ranked euchre sounds terrible. Playing ranked euchre without a duo on comms is hell.
Is there a worse sentence than playing ranked euchre?
I'm surging lightning.
It also kind of reminds me of the joke that's been going around a little recently of like, there should be a second Costco for people who have left the house before.
Oh, man. That's really good.
Oh, shit. Now, there is a roguelite component to this. As you continue to play, God love you, you will level up on your own personal advancement track, which will allow you to like start runs with more gold and eventually like unlock bigger and better runes that will be in your initial starting deck. So the other person won't know what those are though. So
I love I love the thought that like, oh, I built such a powerful lightning deck, and you show up, they're like, nope, surging fire. My deck is useless. That's great. Yeah. I'm stuck in this for 5 more hands.
You will get the opportunity to lone wolf it. Everyone's favorite move in the game.
The coolest thing that you could ever see happen.
Andrew, sorry if you're not prepared for this question, but what will the stock emote to indicate to your partner that
phenomenal question
that they're making the wrong plays? What's the one I need to spam to tell my partner how terrible they are?
It will just be a series of passive aggressive thumbs up emojis.
Hell yeah, dude.
I was gonna say, or like an animation of like you crushing a beer, like the sign of like, I'm going to get another beer. I'm going to get another beer.
I'm going down to the fridge. Anybody want anything? That'll be one of your
Incredible.
pre-filled.
You've really trapped us in something of a nightmare here, Andrew.
Well, it is spunk.
It is an episode. It is an episode of Debate This. So,
and Matt saying queuing up for ranked euchre is
That's gonna stay with me for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some spunk tubularness here for sure.
Okay. Matt, what do you got?
Yeah. So I said it earlier, right? Like you are in the reaping phase, creating relationships with the other farm hands on Long Farm. You are cultivating new seeds, creating new power-ups, and building and manufacturing new and better farming equipment to help you play Mancala better. There is like what is almost a Plants versus Zombies tower defense aspect to this of you're adding in different dozers and different farming equipment to make your sowing go more smoothly. But there is one goal for Long Farm, and it is, of course, to be the longest farm on the face of the planet. That's right. Every couple of levels, you are going to have the opportunity to expand your farm. Your goal to be the longest farm so that the wide farm doesn't get any wider than you are long. So as you advance level to level, you are going to add more holes in your Mancala board, which for the first time since literally ancient Egypt, will lead to asymmetrical Mancala play, a concept far and beyond what they thought of in the 3rd century, where their Mancala board is not as wide as yours is long. Each level adding to your seed artillery, bringing new, better power-ups, developing specific strats and builds to go in and absolutely dominate the wide farmers on the Mancala board. Now, what I know you are the most curious about, of course, is that progression. Like, how am I going to feel it? How am I going to see it? You're going to see that farm get long, baby. The bigger your yield, the longer you need your farm to be, the more things you can build on your farm, the more farm hands you can hire. You will find new people in town to develop relationships with based on their specific skills. Maybe you've got somebody who is really, really great at using specifically the sticky wicket seeds. I don't know. I'm just making up words. What I'm saying is that you are going to continue your world domination until your farm is so long that it touches end to end around the globe, and the wide farm pales in comparison.
Matt, important question.
Yeah.
How tall visually is the farm? Like, are we talking like, is it like a series of grids, or is it just like one patch of grass that just extends?
It's one patch of grass
forever.
It's one line. Yeah, it's one.
Great.
It's long.
It's one
long.
singular line.
Yeah, it's not deep. It's long.
Matt, follow-up question.
Yeah.
Can my farm become so long that it circumnavigates the globe, in-game globe? And what, if anything, do I get if I achieve this feat of reaping and sowing?
Well, it's really unfortunate that you brought this up, Kyle. You've revealed the hole in my argument, which the conceit of so long is that this only works if the world is flat. So the goal, of course, is to get to the end of the board so that your long farm can circle off and stop the wide farm from getting any longer. But if the wide farm does better than you and they encircle the long farm, then it's just GG, go next, you know? Got to start over.
Are you playing against other people, or is this playing against a computer?
Playing against a computer. It's like one player.
Okay. Okay.
Multiplayer roguelite, competitive roguelite feels so bad to me. I hate it. It's tricky.
It's like playing ranked euchre.
Yeah.
So if your farm is super long already and you start a new game, does wide farm start at the default size or does wide farm start at your size? Your length. Excuse me.
This has become like I am very lost in hearing wide and long and reap and many times.
Think long farm good, wide farm bad.
I had the most pleasant aneurysm.
Yeah, I think each round, like it's your roguelite aspect is to grow longer than they grow wide. If they do beat you and monopolize the local flat earth farm economy, then you will just like start a new game and the wide farm will start at the same size as the long farm.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a standard start farm size.
I believe the verb is balatalize.
It is to balat, yes.
Yeah.
I balat,
you will balat with a
he, she,
standard
me, balat.
six buckets on each side. That's how Mancala is. Yeah.
Matt,
those are called pockets or pits.
Matt, can I opt to play as wide farm?
Balats.
Or am I stuck?
He wants to play as
you
the
shut
enemy.
your mouth, Kyle.
That is an
Or is that a
egregious thing for you to ask. I am disgusted, and I refuse to acknowledge your question.
Okay.
That's the DLC.
Wow, hedonistic behaviors from Kyle. We joke a lot on this podcast. I unironically love all three of these as my three sons that I love for different reasons. But we are going to come to a conclusion here. But before we get there, I have a super secret bonus question. Oops, your game went AAA. And you know what happens when a game goes AAA? The fans demand more. They want a sequel. Now, I hear you asking, what is sequel to Mancala or Euchre or Backgammon? Great question. What is the sequel to it? Is it the same game but two? Is it a different framework? Is it a totally different game?
Great question.
Terrible?
Not my fucking problem, he says.
What even is that? These question prompt, and we'll get those answers after the break. And we're back. You know the question. It's a good one. Your game went AAA. What happens? Does the game happen again? Do you do a sequel? Give the people what they want. They asked for this. Kyle.
Yeah, Todd. So trying to do a version of Gammon 2 was really frustrating our devs. They did not think that just like a new batch of power-ups was enough to like warrant a whole new game, because I personally hire devs with integrity and vision. So the sequel to Gammon is going to be a game called Tables, Todd. Now, what is Tables, you ask? Do you all know that box of 150 games to play with your family in one that we all just had? No one knows when you got it. It was just in your house when you moved in.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You threw it out at some point and it was back in the game closet the next week. Tables is just that. It's just
149 variations of checkers.
150 versions of checkers and backgammon that have been ballotted for the online player experience.
It's incredible. That
Tables.
is good. That box of shitty games in plastic is a Nexus being.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If
Absolutely
you didn't have it, your neighbor had it.
Yeah.
The version that I had was the big the rug, the checkers board rug.
Yeah.
Or tablecloth that was like you could flip it over and 30 other games could fit on it.
Every latchkey program I was forced to be a part of had that big checkers carpet.
Check and check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew.
Yeah. So the thing that people took the most out of Briscola wasn't what we expected. It was actually people loved the theme and the setting and the lore, and just kept asking more about these characters, and they really wanted go back to the Bristol boarding school, which is weird because like we really phoned this one in, gang. So Briscola 2 is going to draw upon the other thing that people loved objectively, which was the multiplayer component, specifically having to rely on random people across the internet to progress in a game. Everyone's favorite thing.
There are freaks in every community. And
now, fortunately, there's already a well-established genre that promotes this, which is, of course, the massively multiplayer online role-playing game, or MMORPG. So therefore, Briscola 2 is going to be a fully fledged MMORPG in the setting of the world of Briscoe's boarding school, where everyone will roll a character and play one of the many magical adept students of Briscoe boarding school and fight magical beasts as raid bosses. But in their off hours, we'll just play euchre with people in the school.
Just standard ass euchre.
Just straight up euchre.
The potential for game 1 in the series was like a tight, well-loved game. Game 2 has many 5-minute cutscenes explaining lore that no one ever thought of before the sequel had to be a thing.
Yeah.
The best type of sequel.
The best type of sequel, I would say, objectively.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, so look, we heard a lot of feedback, and everybody was so excited about So Long. They really loved the long farm. They were excited about being the longest farmers on the face of the planet. But we did hear the feedback. We heard what the players wanted. They were interested in seeing what the other side was like. So we are releasing So Long 2, So Long : See You Space Wide Boy, where you can play as the wide farm trying to be the widest farm on the face of the planet.
Felt like we needed the other side's perspective in season 2.
I think I said it wrong. I meant it to be So Long Wide Space Boy, I think is what I was going for.
I got it. I was going to say that leads to...
I like Space Wide Boys.
Yeah, that leads to the threequel that is Tall Farm, where farm goes to space.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Wide and Long have to work together to fight against the ultimate supervillain of Tall Farm.
Tall Farm is from another planet invading this planet.
And now the board's no longer 2 lines, it's a triangle, and it's fucking everyone up.
They're building a deep farm, and we have to build a tall farm to counteract the deep farm.
No, these are so good. Okay, I do have to make a decision, and before I make that arbitrary decision, why don't you go ahead, give me your closing arguments for your pitch.
Gammon is a game that everyone knows intimately how to play and loves, and puts a fun new twist on it.
As of recording it, we have just a few more days till Halloween, and I feel like I should be awarded for spooking everybody with ranked euchre.
It still sends shivers down my spine.
Yeah. Also, every month there's a new season and the ladder resets.
Oh, every season? That's awful.
Well, if you get high enough in a rank, you only lose half of your ranks. But most people will start at the bottom of the ladder.
Oh, he didn't even talk about the balance patches they're going to have to do.
Dude, the fucking decay rate on euchre, that's crazy. Yeah, Todd, look, I've modernized what is arguably the world's first farming simulator game. The only thing that came before this as a farming simulator was just straight up farming. It's been around since the 3rd century, and making it a roguelite is pretty awesome. Play So Long.
Matt didn't invent farming, but invented the next best thing, which is farming simulation.
Yeah, exactly.
Farming but long.
Farming but long.
These are great, and I've got to make a tough decision. So while I think about it, why don't you all give each other some good vibes?
Yeah, Andrew, I assume you started at competitive ranked euchre and worked backwards to give us us the worst thing you could think of. And if that's the case, mission accomplished, my man. Great job. Yeah, like one of us was going to answer euchre, and you did it the right way by leaning into how
Making it awful.
well, you didn't make euchre awful, Andrew. It just is that way. But you leaned into that awfulness. You leaned into the awfulness that is inherent to the game, and that deserves recognition. Matt, I also saw Mancala on my list, my Google search of old classic board games, and commend you for doing something with it, because the first thing I thought was, well, that's not one, and moved further down the list. So good job. Also, long farm and wide farm are top tier bits. Good work.
Thanks, man.
Kyle, of all of these answers, backgammon definitely seems the most possible. You went in the route that Matt and I didn't, which is the lizard brain for numbers perverts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's really no better way to make a roguelite than to make it for numbers perverts and number go up all the time.
At least at some point, a roguelike should hit the number, like should number pervert off, like
Yeah.
Didn't like that. I know what you meant, but I didn't like it.
Yeah. It would make me want to learn how to play backgammon, because I don't know how to play backgammon, as evidenced by every comment in this episode. And I don't really want to learn, but this might get me there.
It actually seems like it is a more fun game than any of the other 151 games in that box would indicate. But because it so closely resembles checkers and isn't as easy to learn as checkers, no one is bothered. No one from, I'm guessing Gen X on has bothered to learn how to play this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. Matt, long farm is dead. Long live long farm. I love again, in a similar vein, you took the direction of visually, how do I make it as silly as possible? And just one long strip of farm that goes on forever. It's got like big Katamari Damacy vibes. Like, when you're playing, you're like, I bet I can't get to the end of the world. And you're like, I can get to the end of the world. It's really, really fucking funny, man.
Thanks,
Good
man.
stuff.
Yeah, I am glad that I didn't grow up with the traumatic euchre experiences that you guys did, but I played just enough euchre to know that I didn't like it. And I think that what you did was great until you introduced ranked, which is how most games are. Good until ranked. Ranked euchre is going to sit with me for a long time, and I'm going to think about that a lot. Kyle, I do know how to play backgammon. We had a game, and my dad and I played sometime. And
incredible.
When I saw that you were doing backgammon, I was like, oh man, backgammon's just Mancala with more pieces. That's gonna do me in. And we went like totally different directions, and I think that's awesome. I also think that you hit the naming convention the best. Gammon is a great name for a modern backgammon game.
Gammon's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is unironically the hardest decision I've made in 8 years of this podcast. I pitched this as a dumb thing, and as I was thinking about it today, I'm like, this feels like a good season opener. It's that dumb.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you all, my friends, latched onto this dumb idea that I put together and have run with it. But we do have to pick a winner. So let's give some roses and thorns here real quick. Kyle, people loved Gammon. It was a big hit. Lots of people learned how to play backgammon because of Gammon. However, and this has nothing to do with the number perverts, though they latched onto it quickly, the blocker meta did get a little out of control. Number perverts plus blocker meta really kind of sucked a lot of the fun out. So we're not gonna run off with that one. Andrew.
Yeah, my rose is a thorn. I get it.
Yeah, dude. You made a horrendous thing today. And I love the punishment that you made and how good it could have been because people loved it. And honestly, it really did heal some euchre players to like get in there. Specifically the lore freaks. Lore freaks really got into there. However, the community did become pretty toxic. As you could expect, the streamer culture of just hard griefing people really got out of control. Once they built the weakest deck was Lightning Surge deck, but then people all started playing that to then suck the fun out of everyone else's time.
Yeah.
Matt, we are going to make so long. We are going to make so long. It is long. Long Farm had people at the get. That was, we haven't had, other than Stardew Valley, a really good farming sim in a while. And Long Farm, and like
Todd,
Andrew said, people said,
it's been a while since we've gotten Stardew Valley too.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Real.
Well, new updates happen a lot. The thing is, exactly what Andrew said. People looked and said, you can't make the farm that long. And then footage dropped that you could, and that got people. People built the Long Farm, so we are running with so long. The world's being taken by storm of the farming sim that is Mancala. You are our winner today, Matt.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be included. Long live Long Farm. Live long, farm long. Live long, farm long. Yeah, we got there.
Farm long.
It's tattooed across your knuckles. That's the best bit. So with that takes us to the end of our episode. Thank you so much for listening to Debate This. You can follow along with the arguments on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon at Debate This Cast, and at our website at debatethiscast.com. Now, if you want to support us more, you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/debatethiscast. For the impossibly low price of $5 a month, you can get access to our monthly Patreon.
We're practically
giving it away. Just throwing it out. Gives you access to our Patreon exclusive show, Deconstructed, that may or may not be coming to an end as of this recording.
It's probably coming to an end.
Yeah, it's probably coming.
It's almost certainly coming to an end.
We may or may not, but we do have the last episode planned, and all the backlog episodes of our D&D show, The Office Drones. Until next time, I'm Todd Thomas.
I'm Kyle, Topple the Deep Farm Harper.
I'm Andrew, spending all my digital currency on euchre drafts, Henderson.
And I'm Matt, Gammon is stored in the cones, Cole.
And we're saying thanks for debating with us, and if you think we're wrong, you can come fight us behind the swing sets, nerds.